This right here, God bless it, this is Car Con Carne. Car Con Carne is a Q101 podcast. I'm James Van Oswald. Car Con Carne, sponsored by Exploding House Printing. Exploding House Printing is here for all of your screen printing, embroidery, and merchandising needs. They're local. They're over in Hermosa, which is probably 10 minutes from where we are right now. Just go up Pulaski and you'll get there. Here's why you should consider Exploding House for your brand. They do t-shirts, they do merch, and they focus on small businesses. Everything. They worked on products for Meatwave, the Empty Bottle, the Music Box, Dante's Pizzeria, the Brokedowns. The list goes on and on. The list can be seen on their website. And Jonathan, the guy behind Exploding House, he's been doing screen printing for decades, and he knows what he's doing. Besides technical expertise, he delivers production efficiency and cost awareness to offer boutique print shop quality at much lower large print shop prices. Check them out on Instagram at Exploding House, or check them out on their website at explodinghouseprinting.com for a quote. And like I said, you can see the list of all their clients there. Shawn and Dave, as we begin, I have one question for you.
What's that?
Are you doing the Dale?
Hell yeah, we're doing the Dale.
It's Car Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Car Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Oswald.
My guest for this episode, it is Shawn from DMen, 2849 West Belmont, and Dave from Livewire, 3394 North Milwaukee. These two Avondale denizens have come together for Doin the Dale. It's the Avondale Music and Arts Fest happening on February 26th and through March 1st. An exclusively Avondale event. Everyone who's participating is from the neighborhood. 15 bands, 7 artists, 7 vendors. Let's start there. Shawn from DMen, Dave from Livewire. Why now? Why a festival that is Avondale specific?
Well, it starts out like Dave and I have known each other for like 20 odd years. Me as a customer at Estelle's, and we've always been like finger gun, like, what's up, dude? And we all got along, but there's never any rift. And so
this is a family show, no finger guns.
No finger guns? Gotcha. He opened the bar, Livewire, a few years before I did open the DMen Tap in like Avondale. Eventually, we started running into one another at late night bars, and the big late night bars in Avondale, the Late Bar and the Alice's. And we just got to talking about the neighborhood, about things in the neighborhood, people in the neighborhood. And somehow we got on, like, we should do like a festival between both our places.
Yeah, didn't you see, like, you were at a show over there one night and you're like, we should do something here.
I went to Livewire to see Melter and Saren. And
both awesome bands, by the way.
Both awesome bands. And they were opening for someone at a festival, and it was crazy. There was like metal chips flying everywhere. They wore masks and they're running around the crowd. It was like so punk industrial. I was like, this is my new favorite bar. And I was like, yeah, I want to do something here. And I thought that it would be cool to do like an Avondale-centric festival, because that's mainly what this kind of stuff we talked about when we were yapping late night bars.
Yeah,
and
it's just over many drinks together.
I would expect nothing less.
Just kind of, to start spitballing about, what we'd want to do, and it just, things kind of kept sort of piling on, like, let's have these bands play it. Oh, well, we should do this. And then, we should also do an art show. And then we should roll this all together. And it should all be people from Avondale that either, live in the neighborhood, work in the neighborhood, or rehearse in the neighborhood, just, contribute something to this neighborhood. And this is kind of how it came together.
I love Avondale. And Dave, we've talked about Avondale and Livewire's relationship with the community when we interviewed last year. But surely Avondale has changed since you guys became friends 20 years ago. The neighborhood is not the same as it was then. It's kind of the it neighborhood, or at least the about to be it neighborhood in Chicago.
I would say yes and no on that. I still think that like it has a long ways to go, and it's also kind of a big neighborhood, and there are pockets that get a little more attention than others. And I think both Dave and I are just outside.
You're in that
those
pocket with DMen. No,
yeah, we're definitely in that pocket with DMen. We got our own little thing going on over there, but it's all kind of around the Belmont, Milwaukee. That's kind of like the hot spots, and then like it fades a little bit around there. So it's like there are still places in the neighborhood that require a little bit more attention.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, it pretty much started over where Shawn's at. Kuma's was probably the first place that really blew up over there, I would think, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And then, so there's that pocket over there. And then, things started happening on this side of the expressway. Like the expressway kind of divides it. So, over here on this side that we're on right now, you had like Late Bar popped up. And then, Alice's was always kind of one of those destinations, like if you know kind of thing. Like, they had the grumpy old karaoke guy, hosting the karaoke, and the young, hipsters started going there. And then, things just started popping up along Belmont over this way. And now it's, there's cool stuff everywhere. I mean, we got Livewire is up on Milwaukee Ave. We're right next door to Avondale Music Hall.
We're recording right on Monticello and Belmont right now. So we're in that area.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, we're kind of right in the middle of everything here. But there's, and Shawn and I, like a big part of this, after we talked about having all these bands play is, okay, well, how are we going to make this different than just a regular local show? And we started talking about, well, we're friends with all these other small businesses in the neighborhood, and let's talk to some of them and see if they want to get involved. And the response was pretty overwhelming. Actually, everybody's really excited about it. All these great small businesses in the neighborhood were like, just, really happy to help and kind of jump on and do the Dale with us. So it's cool. We're trying to get everybody together to get people to promote each other. And in that way, or what do they say? Like a rising tide, raises.
Yeah, it's a cliche, but I believe in that as well.
Yeah, we've already noticed. We just started putting out these reels, and like they're not the most professional reels. But we're like kind of punk rock dudes, DIY. It's like we're not hiring people to do this for us. We're just doing it on our own on our phones, and the response has been great. I already have people coming in the DMen saying that like I didn't know about Deep Red Wine Merchants, and I went over there, and people came back from the Rare Birds music store, and this was just within the last few days. Like they didn't know that these places existed.
Yeah.
Even. So like that's kind of the point. We also like put the dates to do this one night when we were both drunk in the summertime, and like kind of like then life happens. It's like I do a lot of stuff around the holidays, and Dave's busy booking shows. And then it was like probably mid-December, we're like, oh crap, we said we were going to do this festival.
This is the
so
best
it
time
kind
to
of
do
has
it.
been thrown. Yeah, one of the reasons we did that is like there's nothing else to do.
People
at
need
this time
something
of the
like
year.
this right now. The world is scary. The world is awful. It's been fucking horribly cold in Chicago this winter. Like we need something cool and fun to divert our attention to.
That's also one of the main like philosophies of Doing the Dale is like the world is terrible. There's not a lot that you could do to like change it. We're not going to vote our way out of this. Like a lot of this stuff is just systematic and bad. But what we can have control of is our own communities.
Yep.
And building community is one of the best things that you can do where like no one else really has any power over this in our small independent shops and restaurants. So yeah, definitely. We all need something like this. It'd be great if other neighborhoods catch on and,
I agree.
and like do little centric fests like this.
Yeah, like James was saying earlier, we were chatting about something, and he kind of coined a little term like the cool kid chamber of commerce. It's like getting all these, all these businesses, they're all independently owned. There's no no big money behind anything in this neighborhood, at least not yet. You know,
similar hustles across the board.
Yeah, like that's, and with the bands, you know, we wanted to have a good variety of different, you know, we try to represent all the different, you know, groups of people that live in this neighborhood too. I mean, we've got some, you know, we've got some indie rock bands, we've got some like Spanish, you know, hardcore bands, of an Irish band, you know, we've got a hip hop artist.
I love it.
You know, it's just, we're really trying to mix it up. And
I want to talk about that list of bands. The word community came up, and I think, Shawn, you said it. I mean, to me, bars, restaurants, those are the cornerstones of any community. That's where people gather. Those are the anchors. So I think it's appropriate that you two kind of took the lead on this. So like, you understand and being musicians, you understand community building as well as anyone does or ever will.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Let's talk about the bands. I'll leave one name off the list for now. Lollygagger. They're one of their newest songs, Monetize the Mania, one of my favorite songs of the year so far. Salvation, Autofobia, Vaudettes, Sharkula, love the name. The Sonnets, Reivers, Revel Noise, Freelapse, love that name. The Knicks, Vince and Lauren, Chancey Brothers, Selfish Lovers, Werewolf Detective, Denim Daisy, Baggy Time. That right there, that's a good list of bands. Yeah. That's a solid list of bands. And the fact they're all, you know, generalized or centralized in this area, that's pretty impressive. Let's talk about the name that I left out. Sybris, your band.
Yes.
What's going on?
We're not doing the Dale. Angela broke her arm, for lack of a better story. Yeah.
Poor Angela.
Poor Angela. Angela's the best. We love her and wish her fast healing. Yeah, we were going to do the Dale, but we're not.
And that's not a quick recovery at all.
It's not a quick recovery.
No. Poor Angela.
I don't even have any. I'm usually the wise cracker. I don't have anything wise to say about this.
Well, you guys were technically Sybris was technically the first band booked to do the Dale.
Yeah, we were going to do it early. We were going to make it a matinee too, to like bring people in.
Oh.
So it's like early crowd, and then people stick around. But it's not going to happen. Every time it's the second time we were supposed to release our album, and we came and got interviewed by you, and then we're like, yeah, we're not releasing the album. And then it didn't, and you were like, we didn't tell you. And you were like, what the fuck, guys?
I think I was like, what the fuck, guys?
You were.
But I mean, this leads to, and I probably asked you when we last did an interview, is Sybris cursed?
Sybris is probably cursed. I don't know what to say. I can't live with or without it seems.
Can you just lean into that now? I mean, this could be a selling point for the band. Like, come see, when Angela is all healed, come see Chicago's most cursed band, if you dare.
There's other things that have happened too. We are cursed.
I think just lean in and make that a marketing hook.
We did like seances and stuff while we were like whacked out on goofballs. So like, I'm sure some demons hanging around us all the time. But do
we need a sage demon?
It's been tried.
Okay.
If it exists, it's been tried.
Well, since Sybris isn't performing, does that kind of free your headspace for the event a little bit?
A little bit. Yeah. I'm going to MC. I'm going to do a little intro to each band before they play.
Nice.
And that's another reason why we were going to play first. I didn't want to be I don't handle live shows the few hours before very well. I like throw up and pace.
Still?
And so, yeah. I don't know. It's
people
just
love stage fright, really?
I know. Yeah, it's not stage fright. It's like...
It's just all the nerves and that nervous energy.
Yeah. And so that would have been weird. That's why I'm like, let's just knock this out, and then I won't be pacing and puking.
What's more important? A, that people show up for this event. B, that the catchphrase "Doin the Dale" catches on.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, sure.
They are intertwined in one another. It's become a thing like, what are you up to? Like, yeah, we're just out doing the Dale. Doing the Dale doesn't mean that you're going to the festival, although I hope that it does. Doing the Dale could be like, I went to the Wolfhound and then bought some records at bucket of blood, and then we went and had a kebab at DMen
I
Tap.
want you to appreciate I'm supporting Avondale.
Hell yeah, you got the bucket of blood shirt on.
There you go. You're doing the Dale.
I'm doing the Dale.
That's
then
it.
later on, we're going to go catch a show at Livewire Lounge. We're doing the Dale. It's like spending a day. You can spend a whole day in Avondale and find so much stuff.
There really is. I mean, there's so much cool stuff to do in this neighborhood now. There's no reason you really don't have to leave the neighborhood. You got 3 great music venues, Avondale Music Hall, Sleeping Village, Livewire. I mean, the 3 different, small, medium, and large. As far as that, if you want to see a show, great food, all these restaurants, Avondale Tap right here that we're sitting next to. I mean, they're, all these places. I mean, there's so much cool stuff to do that you don't even have to go very far.
Well, when I have friends from out of town who are coming to Chicago for the first time, or friends who say, I have friends coming to town, where should I take them? I always stress the fact that Chicago is a city of neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Like, I understand the inclination to see the big landmarks. I get it. Like, okay, you want to see the Bean in Sears Tower? Okay, I get it. But if you really want to take in the city, it's a neighborhood thing. Like, plan your days by neighborhoods. You can do the Dale one day, and then you can maybe do a Logan Wicker afternoon. Like, you can really experience the city and how it lives, breathes, and exists by hanging out, walking the streets.
100% agree. I always try to get when my family and friends come, like, you got to hit up the neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to add one thing. The list of sponsors that we have are amazing. They're also like people that we're kind of the closest to. I feel bad leaving out so many places, including some people that we're close to. I want to, if this continues to grow, I want to add more sponsors to it. I don't want people to feel slighted or that we're ignoring anyone. It's just there's so many great businesses here.
Sure.
And because we kicked the can down the road and didn't start putting this together until like December 15th, there was only so much that we could do. Like, we only had like 2.5 months to put together like a minor festival. So, like, much love to all our Avondale brothers and sisters. But like, these are just the homies that we see, like, that we could quick, like, jump in and ask.
Yeah, everybody's invited to do the Dale. Like, and we'll probably end up, some of the places that didn't get on this year, I mean, we'll probably end up just going and hanging out there anyway.
Yeah.
And because I'm kind of having fun going out and making these reels. Like, it's.
Yeah. I was like, to keep it alive and going, like, after the festival, I just want to go hit up some of the places that weren't sponsors and just like keep it growing. Like, just be an Avondale catchphrase and social media site and a festival once a year. But let's get this first one down first.
I think it's interesting. I think people who don't run a business will look at what you're doing and talking about is kind of odd in that there's not a sense of competitive anything, and it's what we're talking about is being supportive. I mean, Dave, you're just very naturally rattling off the other live music rooms in the area.
Yeah.
No competition. Well, I mean, on paper it's competitive, but you're all in the same community, and it doesn't have that sense of acrimony, I guess.
Yeah, and honestly, with the neighborhood kind of building up the way it does, I see it as, we're all competing for business, but at the same time, when you get along with the other businesses and you promote each other, it just raises awareness of the whole neighborhood, and it just kind of makes the whole vibe better, where people would want to come out and hang out in this neighborhood and check out new places. So, we're all kind of in it together.
So, like, if someone from, say, Sleeping Village called and said, "Hey, we need an amp," like something exploded,
100%.
or if Kuma's said, "Hey, we need a red onion."
Oh, Kuma's and us, like, we borrow stuff all the time. Employees, sugar, ice, limes. I could go on and on.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think this is a super cool event. And every place we're talking about, what's nice about Avondale, you can park. You can, if you're driving, if you're not from the neighborhood, you can come in, parachute in, park, have a good time. I parked right here in Monticello, no problem. Although it's pretty busy. Like, there's a steady stream of traffic driving by as we're sitting here outside Avondale Tap.
As the years have gone by with DMen Tap, like the amount of foot traffic that we get has grown so much. We started like 9 years ago, almost to the day. And there's way more foot traffic than there used to be.
We're even getting foot traffic way up over by Livewire now. It's nuts. I mean, there's just so many people moving in, cool restaurants opening up, things to do. So people are out now, where before there really wasn't much going on. So
in summary, people are doing the Dale.
Doing the Dale.
They're doing the Dale. Again, February 26th through March 1st. 26th, art show at DMen. 27th and 28th, 2 days of music at Livewire. And then Sunday, March 1st at DMen is the craft fair.
Yep.
Yeah, also on the 28th, while the music is going on at Livewire, we're also going to have a small second stage next door at Rare Birds, where there's going to be a couple of acoustic artists that we added on.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it'll be cool to, just to get some people to go and check that place out, because it's right there. And, so there's a brief acoustic, detour on Saturday over to Rare Birds between the acts at Livewire. So that should be cool.
That's more coordination for you guys to figure out.
Yeah.
We could do this the easy way or the hard way. Let's do it the hard way.
Let's
Let's
do it
add
the
some
hard way.
acoustic bands. Yeah, always.
What's great is like we've been having a blast. I've actually been having a really good time doing it. Making these reels is great. Like I said before, we could like spend some money and have some people do it for us, but like it's just who we are. It's coming from the heart. And I think that like that's a lot of these businesses and the bands they're not trying to be anything but like making stuff from the heart. And so our social media is like from the heart, and it's fun. It's a good time.
I love it. All right, guys, I'm looking forward to the event. Thank you for jumping in the car in Avondale, obviously.
Thanks for talking to us.
Thanks for talking to us. Is there any way we can get a shout out to any of the sponsors, or is that too much time?
Well, how many sponsors are there? I think we have time.
You got the list?
I could just read them off really quick. Let's see.
This is like the credits rolling.
Where is
The Avondale
it?
Music and Arts Fest would like to thank the following sponsors for their participation.
Oh, you can get this. Is fine. So the original working title for this was Avondale Arts and Music Fest, and like my baby mom was like, absolutely not. Like you're like wittier and funnier than that. I'm like, I really got nothing. And she's like, how about Doing the Dale? I'm like, really? And then I like ran it by some people, and everyone laughed. And so like I have to give Courtney, baby
it's so
mama
corny
credit.
and fun to say that it's like you have to smile when you say it. It's hard not to.
I mean, I'm walking in the bars in Humboldt Park, and people are like, "You doing the Dale?" Like, it's already catching on.
I love it. All right, so do you have the list, Dave?
Yeah. So okay. Just some really good businesses. Obviously DMen Tap, Avondale Tap, The Alley, the Wolfhound, Kuma's Corner, Teddy Bear Lounge, Bucket of Blood, Jepson's Malort.
Nice.
Which, James, I know you're a fan of.
I'm a fan of Malort.
The Bird Hive Recording Studio, Belmont Tavern, Into the Feral, Livewire, Alice's Lounge, Chirp Radio, Revolution Brewing, Rare Birds, Deep Red Wine Merchants, The Tune Up, which is a new bar that's actually opening on the Saturday of Doing the Dale, on Belmont, Central Park Bar, and Meteor Gem. All great local businesses.
That's a full list. That is a full list of sponsors. That just scratches the surface of Avondale. That's pretty badass.
Yeah, it's all right there.
I have some reps from some of those bars that wanted to send a message, but they couldn't make it. It's pretty low quality.
We're doing the Dale. Let's do the Dale. Let's do the Dale.
It's catching on.
It's catching on. Clearly, it's catching on. All right, guys, thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, thanks for talking with us. One last thing. James, are you doing the Dale?
You're damn right I'm doing the Dale.